Number 25. The Royal Mail Industrial Dispute. Starting in the summer of 2009 and continuing for a year, the strike left millions of mail packages undelivered. Basically, Royal Mail was planning to start replacing some jobs with machines, but they wouldn't come clean about the exact agenda. Number 24. The Boeing Strike in 2008. When unionized machinists working for Boeing commercial aircraft assembly plants went on an 8-week strike in September of 2008, it was reported that the company lost more than $2 billion in profits. Number 23. Southern California grocery store strikes in 2003. The 4-month strike of the 7,000-member United Food and Commercial Workers Union resulted in a collective $2 billion loss for 3 major grocery store chains. Over 900 stores of Vons, Ralphs, and Albertsons were affected. Number 22. UPS Workers Strike 1997. With more than 185,000 UPS Teamsters walking out in the United Parcel Service, the company lost nearly $600 million before they agreed to start hiring full-time. Number 21. Greyhound Bus Strikes in 1990. Nearly 10,000 Greyhound bus drivers and other office workers walked out on the company in 1990 as a protest for their stagnant wages. The 3-year strike initially stranded thousands of passengers across the country and also forced the company to spend $20 million to train replacement drivers. Number 20. Salad Bowl Strike in 1970. A series of strikes, mass demonstrations, and boycotts which began on August 23, 1970. These are often considered the largest farm workers' strike in U.S. history. Number 19. U.S. Postal Service Strike, 1970. The first nationwide strike of public employees. Almost 250,000 U.S. postal workers from New York City went on a strike in March 1970 to engage in collective bargaining agreements, which they were not allowed to do at that time. Number 18. The General Electric Strike of 1969. When the unionized workers of General Electric went for coordinated strikes against the company in the fall of 1969, reports had it that it cost the company almost $80 million. Number 17. The Steel Strike of 1959. Though a number of strikes organized by steelworkers were futile in the past, this is one of those that proved to be to their advantage. While the steel industry profits were skyrocketing in 1959, the 500,000 United Steelworkers of America felt that they had a right to demand higher wages from the major steelmaking companies of the day. Number 16. Asbestos Strike of 1949. This 4-month labor dispute among the miners of 4 asbestos mines around Asbestos, Quebec, occurred on February 14, 1949. A turning point in Quebec history that led to the Quiet Revolution, it started with the union workers' demands of eliminating asbestos dust inside and outside of the mill, 15 cents an hour general wage increase, 5-cent increase for night work, and the implementation of a Social Security fund. Number 15. Bituminous Coal Strike, 1946. From April to December 1946, almost 400,000 bituminous coal miners from the United Mine Workers of America went on a strike for safer working conditions, health benefits, and pay. Just as the national economy of the United States was recovering from the ill effects of World War II, the strike threatened to affect 26 states. Number 14. The Hawaiian Sugar Strike of 1946. The 79-day strike, which resulted in a loss of $15 million to sugar producers, started when nearly 30,000 workers from 33 different sugar plantations protested for higher wages and better working conditions against the Big Five sugar producers in Hawaii. Number 13. Toledo Autolite Strike in 1934. The passing of the National Industrial Recovery Act on June 16, 1933, led to general union organizing in the U.S. One such union, called the American Federation of Labor, organizes a strike from April 12th to June 13th against the Electric Autolite Company in Toledo, Ohio. After a scuffle with the Ohio National Guard in what has come to be known as the Battle of Toledo, 2 strikers were dead and more than 200 wounded. Number 12. Ford Hunger March, 1932. Also called the Ford Massacre, this was a demonstration of unemployed workers from Detroit and Dearborn, Michigan on March 7, 1932 against the Ford Motor Company. The skirmishes between the Dearborn Police Department and the workers led to the death of 4 workers and injuries of 60 others. Number 11. Battle of Blair Mountain in 1921. Considered one of the largest civil uprisings in the United States, this 5-day open rebellion in August of 1921 involved 10,000 armed coal miners confronting 3,000 lawmen and strikebreakers in Logan County, West Virginia. Number 10. Police Strikes of 1919. The swiftness and the solidarity of the 12,000 members of the Metropolitan Force under the National Union of Police and Prison Officers on August 29, 1918, shocked the British government as it was just reeling from domestic and international labor unrest. Their demands, which included wage increase, progressive war bonuses, and the shortening of pension settlements, were eventually met. Number 9. Dublin Lockout of 1913. This major industrial dispute, which occurred on August 26, 1913 in Dublin, Ireland, was between the 20,000 workers of the Irish Transport and General Workers Union and 300 employers. The most significant and severe industrial dispute ever in Irish history, the lockout was unsuccessful in achieving better pay. Number 8. The Colorado Coal Strike of 1914. This strike started in the tent colony of nearly 1,200 coal miners and their families in Ludlow, Colorado, and it resulted in the deaths of 25 people, with some being burnt to death and asphyxiated in their tents. Number 7. New York Shirtwaist Strike, 1909. The first successful female labor strike in American history was done primarily by Jewish women working in shirtwaist factories in New York. It successfully managed to increase wages, get better working conditions, and have more flexible hours. Number 6. Great Anthracite Coal Strike of 1902. Also known as the Coal Strike of 1902, this turn-of-the-century strike by the 150,000 members of the United Mine Workers of America occurred from May to September of the same year in the coal fields of eastern Pennsylvania. As miners protested for higher wages, shorter workdays, and the recognition of their union, it threatened to create an energy crisis that would diminish the winter fuel supply to all major cities. Number 5. The Latimer Strike of 1897. The violent death of 19 unarmed striking coal miners in Latimer Mine in Hazleton, Pennsylvania became the turning point for the United Mine Workers. Mostly of Polish, Lithuanian, Slavic, and German descent, these 19 victims were shot by the local sheriff's posse, and as a result, the UMW saw a dramatic upsurge of more than 10,000 new members. Number 4. The Pullman Strike in 1894. Due to 12-hour workdays and wage cuts, 4,000 employees of the Pullman Palace Car Company went on a strike from May 11th to mid-July, 1894 in Pullman, Illinois. They were later joined by 250,000 workers from the American Railway Union. This had the effect of shutting down most of the nation's freight and passenger traffic. Number 3. Great Southwest Railroad Strike, 1886. From March to September 1886, about 200,000 workers went on a labor strike against the owner of the Union Pacific and Missouri Pacific, Jay Gould, a robber baron who was considered one of the most ruthless industrialists of his time. Members of the Knights of Labor went on a labor union strike to protest unsafe working conditions and unfair wages. Number 2. The 8-hour strikes of 1867. Shortly following the Civil War, Chicago saw a good amount of labor-related unrest. One of the largest was on May 2, 1867, when the First Traders' Assembly organized a general strike with thousands of workers to enforce the enactment of the new 8-hour day law. Number 1. Carlton Weavers' Strike, 1787. One of the earliest major industrial disputes in Scottish history, it occurred in Carlton, a hand-weaving community just outside of Glasgow in the summer of 1787. It stemmed from the development of mechanizations and growth in labor force that severely depressed wages. As workers protested in the streets of Glasgow, some Scottish troops fired on demonstrators, killing 6 people. If you liked the video you just saw, then consider clicking on the button at the top right to subscribe. Also, check out our other popular videos, 25 places that look like they're from another planet, and 25 facts you always thought were true but aren't. If you're still itching for more, go ahead and check out our website at list25.com for a whole bunch of cool lists.